Hi everyone and welcome. This is Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. This is Pitch Dark, episode 13 or 44, because we are going to do the mission with the modifier Total Stealth. That means that I have to go through this entire sequence, the entire mission, until I'm extracted without being seen. If I've seen the game, the mission fails. So, as you can probably check it out, I have a quiet on a tower. I use the scout option with quiet, so she can tell me all the targets that are in the base. But I'm not going to use her. I just decided to use a little of quiet instead of the dog, which I'm probably going to use always the dog. Now this is a mission, this is the first, I would say, real infiltration that you're going to experience in Metal Gear Solid 5. This is the first difficult mission, which has two objectives in the same area and it's full of soldiers, and this mission under Total Stealth is tricky. I failed a couple of times, even though the path that I chose here is rather safe. I will infiltrate this at night. I chose ASAP and it just happens to be at night, but if you will have to choose, I will also choose night, because this place during the day is pretty hardcore. I think the first time I did this mission was during the day, but that's the first objective. See the three huge canisters of oil that are back there? We have to blow that shit up with C4 or a grenade or something, but I'm going to use C4 because the thing is, you have to blow that tanks, and then you have to go over there to my right, where is a little yellow square, and enter a room and push an interrupter to do something. I don't really remember what, but you have to push turn off something. I think you have to turn off the water valve or something like that.
You have arrived at your destination.
So whatever, you have to do both those objectives in the same mission, and the problem is that when you complete one of them, if you are not close to completing the other, they are going to get reinforcements. Whether you turn off the valve or you cause a huge fucking explosion, the result is going to be the same. They are going to call reinforcement, and some of those reinforcements mean more soldiers and walker gears. The walker gears are the little robots, handled robots, and that's a problem because that's going to include more enemies in the area. So what I will say that you should do is what I'm doing here. Just set the C4 here and then go for the other objective. Don't activate the C4 first. Just wait until you are on the secondary objective, you turn off the valve, and then you activate the C4 and then you extract. And you're going to see how quickly I do all those things, and I succeed. No one sees me, and I was close, by the way, so you're going to watch me improvise as always. What's this? That he didn't actually saw me. I just CQC him and he's stunned, but he didn't actually saw me. And did you know why he didn't saw me? He didn't saw me because I was not at the same level as he was. He kinda saw something on the stairs, but if you check that out again, I am a little up from where he is, and I move so quickly. I'd rather respond to that quickly. I moved so quickly to his position that he didn't have time to saw me. That's really lucky, and that's a huge improvisation. I can at the time that I got this, I can't believe that I actually got it. So I extract him because I have to extract him. By the way, if someone is stunned, the time for him to awoke is going to be less than he is if he's sleeping. Sleeping usually takes more time for the enemy to awake, but if he's stunned, he's going to awake rather quick, and you really don't want that. So if you can Fulton them out, but be aware that I could only Fulton him, and now I cannot Fulton anyone else because there are soldiers everywhere in this base, and if they see the Fultoning, they might trigger an alarm, and it's not going to... I mean, if you hide, you're going to survive the alarm, but they're going to organize search parties, and they're going to look for in the area where you Fulton them, and just it can ruin your entire mission. So I was just watching the TGS, the Tokyo Game Show, and they announced some pretty cool stuff. I mean, what I got, most of it, they announced a lot of fucking ports and remakes, and like if we wouldn't have all that already. But what I was most interested in is the new Team Ninja announcement, the Neo game. It looked, if I would say how it looked like, first of all, the main character looks like Geralt from Witcher 3. He really looks like it. Just check the trailer. It's called Neo, N-Y-O-H, I think. So for me, it just really looked like the character from Geralt plus Bloodborne. The ambience of the game, the environments, really look like a nightmare from Bloodborne if you play the game. But it looks really cool, and then it's a samurai game with katanas and the character dodges and rolls, and it really looked... I don't want to say this just to get people's hopes up, but it really looked like a Ninja Gaiden 2, sort of. I don't want to say entirely because he's not really as agile as Ryu in Ninja Gaiden, but he looked rather... I mean, in the trailer we don't see him jump, so I'm really guessing that he's not going to be as agile as Ninja Gaiden 2. But he looks like he dodges, he looks like he can roll, even though he doesn't roll. He rolls in a cinematic, but he dodges some attacks, and there is a counter attack, which looks really cool. And there's a kind of demon child that follows him that could be also a gameplay mechanic. It looked really interesting, and in these times where everything looks like shit. By the way, they also announced and showed the expansion for Bloodborne. It's called All Hunters, which also looks really good. But in these times where everything is shit, and I think Team Ninja is actually doing Hellblade, which I'm guessing is going to be more like an experience game than a true game. I'm seeing that, guys, and I think it's going to be closer to Heavenly Sword. Remember that PS3 title? It's going to be closer to Heavenly Sword than a real Devil May Cry, kind of. But I really think Neo is like a Devil May Cry, or even close to a Ninja Gaiden. They showed a lot of bosses. They are really weird, monster-like bosses, which is really cool and fine for me. And the enemies also look really cool, so that game really has a good gameplay and really good difficulties. It's exclusive for the PS4, by the way, which is shit. I don't like that. But yeah, whatever. Hellblade next year, by the way, is announced for next year. So Hellblade and Neo, two games that are coming from Team Ninja, and it really looks a lot like a Bloodborne plus Ninja Gaiden 2. I wouldn't really get hyped, because I just don't get hyped anymore, but I have to say, when something looks interesting, I have to say it looks interesting. I don't like being negative, guys. Don't get that from my channel. I'm not negative all the time. I do get hopeful and about some games. I did play Pillars of Eternity this year and I loved it, but it's probably never going to come to my channel because Pillars of Eternity is a slow game, a really slow RPG, and you have to just read a lot of text, which is really fine by me because I love reading books. Not so much now, but I always loved reading books and literature, and I always loved the RPGs that are full of text, like the old Baldur's Gate. And my favorite game of all time is Planescape Torment. So Pillars of Eternity by Obsidian really is really an incredible game, but sadly I don't think it's going to come to my channel. By the way, you're going to see me, did you saw me activating the first thing? I'm going to activate the C4 from here. Watch this. See how the entire base going to alert, but I'm already almost extracted from the mission at this point. So this is a really cool strategy and a really cool path to finish this mission. If you're having trouble S-ranking this, you can follow the same path that I did, even though, as I was saying, the enemies could be in different positions and you'll need to improvise, like I had to when that enemy almost saw me. So Quiet is in this mission, even though she does absolutely nothing, because this is a full stealth operation. I'm going to call the chopper and I'm going to extract. This is mission 13, right? Yeah, 13 and 44 at the same time, and we'll see each other in mission 14. So thank you for watching and take care.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Support helicopter has arrived. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.